Hello friends, I am Father Wilfred, a diocesan priest from the Diocese of Kumba in Cameroon. Once again, I would like to share with you my thoughts on the current crisis in the Anglophone Cameroon. You know, we had a ghost town today, the 9th of January, in the English-speaking Cameroon. It's a sad and unfortunate situation. Most of us in the diaspora, we are in solidarity with you. We don't take pleasure in disrupting school. We don't like to see our younger brothers and sisters out of school. But we have found ourselves in this situation because of the way the regime has handled it. It's very, very unfortunate. We understand that the parents are embarrassed, those who have paid tuition and school fees for their children. Children themselves are frustrated because they are looking forward to their education. Some of them are preparing for their final exams, yet they cannot go to school. We also understand the problem of the stakeholders who look forward to a smooth academic year. But here we are today. One thing I would like to assure the students and all those involved in this crisis is that this struggle is for a better and a brighter future, and do not be afraid. What's the use of education without equal opportunities in a country like Cameroon? You know, education is a basic human right. It is a form of empowerment. And I understand that every child needs to have access to quality education without discrimination. The aim of education is for your integral development, for your personality, and also to help you to be able to participate in society, and above all, to be able to work and to have just wages. When we look at the aim of education and what is going on now in our country, you see that there is need for us to keep up with this struggle in order to bring sanity, not only to our educational system, but to our country as a whole. As we can all see, the current crisis would have been handled easily had the regime given a listening ear to the problem of the people. Had the regime given room for genuine and constructive dialogue. But, as we can all see, one of the true tests of leadership is to recognize a problem before it becomes an emergency. And that's where we are right now. From a simple, genuine problem, constitutionally valid questions, French-speaking Cameroon, hands off our English system of education, hands off our judicial system, they would not listen. And now it has escalated. It has become an Anglophone spring, no less than the Arab Spring in 2010, 2011 in North Africa. A lot of ills have been exposed during this time. For the past 50 years, the ills, the discrimination, the marginalization, it has come to the light. As we can all see, we're talking about education and what happened today in Cameroon. We are in an educational system where successful candidates don't always sit for the exams. This is a system where there is no place for hard work, but mediocrity is rewarded. The teachers have spoken, the lawyers have spoken, the bishops have called out the regime. The Presbyterian Church in Cameroon, civil society organizations, pressure groups, they have spoken. Yet, our regime would not listen. There is overwhelming evidence that our problem is constitutional. The former West Cameroon and East Cameroon, when they came to that union in 1961, it was supposed to be a union of two equal partners. But all this while, they want to assimilate the English-speaking Cameroon. And that is not possible at all. English-speaking Cameroon, we don't have equal opportunities. And we are crying out now because it has gone on for too long. Right now, if we are still in this impasse, in this situation, it is for the following reasons. First of all, our politicians have become so cozy. They are in their comfort zone. They are in their comfort zone and they are afraid of the change that we need right now. You see, Cameroon has enough resources to satisfy the need of every Cameroonian, but not enough resources for the greed of Cameroonians. We have a system made up of very, very greedy people. When I was growing up, I heard the true story of a government official who reduced his age until he became 10 years younger than his own son. So these people want to stay there. They don't want to leave. The next reason why we are still in this stalemate, it is because the power brokers have refused to initiate meaningful and genuine dialogue. They come over, and instead of initiating this dialogue, they spend their time attempting to bribe local officials, SDOs, chiefs, funds, town criers, and quarter heads. Is that what this is supposed to be? There is need for that open dialogue, constructive. We listen to each other. We are living in an era where transparency and accountability are essential for any government. And for the past 50 years, you can agree with me that the Cameroon government has not been transparent and accountable. Again, I recall the story of a parliamentarian in Cameroon who embezzled funds allocated for the construction of the road of his own constituency. He was not accountable. He was not brought to justice. And these things have been going on and on. Those at the toll gate, they embezzle money. Those in Yaoundé, they embezzle money. And so, our cry is genuine. And then let's look at our own elites, the English-speaking elites, who don't represent us at the capital. I have said it, and I will say it again and again. Most of these elites around the president, they don't tell him the truth. They are all double-faced, double standards. And as this crisis gets to this stage, one question I would like to ask you. Do you think your self-interest is bigger than our future? This struggle is about our future, the future of the English-speaking Cameroon, opportunities for our children that they don't have. Most of them who don't go to school now, even when they resume school, they graduate, they have no jobs. That you know very well. Yet, you cannot be true to your calling as a civil servant. And so, our struggle is genuine. We do not take pleasure in obstructing the school of our younger brothers and sisters because we have all been to school and we are all out here to study. What the English-speaking Cameroon is asking is not too much. It is very, very simple. We don't want our program to be imposed on us from above. We want to work out our program ourselves. It is government of the people, by the people, and for the people. It is simply democracy. That's why we are talking about this. That's why we are struggling. And so what's the way forward? I will insist on meaningful, open-hearted, and constructive dialogue. The power brokers of the president have failed. And if they cannot take us to this path of dialogue, and then the real and only solution now to this crisis is that the president himself should grant audience to the consortium. Our leaders, our mediators, speak with them. And this audience should include a neutral third legal party from the United Nations or from the African Union. Resolve the issues and let us move on. Let's realize that we are no longer in the 1960s, we are not in 1972, we are no longer in 1984, where a leader could take things for granted. So this is the time that the people want you to be accountable and to be transparent. And if you are not, it's going to be very, very difficult. So my dear friends of Cameroon, of the English-speaking Cameroon, we're in solidarity with you. We are praying for you. God is on the side of the oppressed. He's a God of justice and truth. So we are not afraid. Let us be united. Let us be together. And let us move on. And we pray that the regime may come to see the truth in all this. And all of us will look forward to serenity once more in our country. We, the people, want to be involved in the decision-making of our country. We, the people, want to determine the program of our regions. We, the people, want to know about our refinery. We want to know about our oil refinery. We want to know what is going on with our oil factories and everything in our nation. God bless you, and let's continue to pray for a better and for a brighter future.